Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to another video here at MattyFish33 on YouTube. If you've been here before, welcome back. If you haven't been with us before, click subscribe and hit that bell to get the notifications and follow us along on this African cichlid journey. So, today's video is going to be a fish featurette on none other than Sir Richard here, our blue and orange OB Peacock cichlid. Real quick though, let me go over something before I get into that. So as you can see, everybody's kind of over here right now. Baloo down here, not to steal Richard's thunder, but Baloo down here did some digging while we were away in New York for 4 days. Now everybody's fine, no aggression, anything like that. I think he just thinks he's tank boss. I really don't think he is the tank boss, but as you can see, he definitely likes his mound that he created. I don't know, we'll see. I'm gonna do a water change here coming up. I didn't do a water change when I got back. I checked the parameters and they were fine. We were at 5 parts per million nitrate and 0 ammonia, so I said I'll just let it ride a few more days, keep them on their regular schedule. So I might level this off, might not. Haven't seen a whole heck of a lot of aggression. Like I said, these guys do go over there too. It's just right now they're kind of grouped up. He's got them a little bit corralled, but nobody's beat up. As you can see, everybody doing really well. So without further ado, let's get into our featurette here on Sir Richard, our OB Peacock cichlid. So one thing I'll tell you guys, first off, Richard is the YouTube friendly version of his name. For those of you that have had OB Peacock cichlids before, you might know why I say that. If you haven't, it's because they can be complete a-holes if they want to be. I wish he would come down low so you guys could see his beautiful color a little better. Maybe he will. They're hungry. I just got home from work. I fed them a little bit, but hence some of the particulate in the water. But anyways, as I was saying, for those of you that know, and for those of you that don't know, OB Peacock cichlids can particularly be a-holes depending upon what variant it is. Now, so I'm not quite sure what variant of OB Peacock cichlid Sir Richard here is, but I believe actually, because I just bought him as an OB Peacock, and when I got him, he's probably size of a quarter. I mean, and he didn't have all this beautiful blue. He was orange and black, almost kind of looked like a Halloween themed fish. There we go. You can see some of that beautiful blue shimmering a little bit if he'll come down low for you guys, as I said earlier. Maybe I'll step back. I think they're still a little hungry, so they're kind of coming up to the top, because I only fed them a little bit for now, so that I could film without too much waste. I say waste, but food particulate is what I really should say, being in the water. So if you're not familiar, an OB Peacock is a man-made fish. It is not a naturally occurring fish. However, their Mbuna counterparts that they are crossbred with, that is a natural trait for Mbuna cichlids. But specifically an OB Peacock is bred by crossing a male Alankara or peacock cichlid, or sometimes certain species of haps. It's also done with a female OB Mbuna, and then this is the result. So as I was saying, I'm not quite sure what crossbreed he is. However, I have a suspicion if you look at the body shape, and if you followed along for long enough and understand the temperament, I believe he might actually be a cross between a female OB, Mbuna, obviously, and perhaps a tangerine tiger like Tangy here, who's been in and out of our tank boss position for several weeks now. But back to Sir Richard. So, how big do OB Peacock cichlids get? Well, that kind of just depends on the variant, you know. If it's a standard OB Peacock, you know, Mbuna with a regular peacock cichlid, For males, probably looking at 5 to 7 inches, depending upon who they were crossbred with. Obviously, females, as most African cichlids, going to come in a little bit smaller. And that's probably going to be 3.5 to maybe 5 inches on very large size of the max. So, just as most other African cichlids from Lake Malawi, your optimal pH is going to be 7.5 to 8.5. Your temperature range is going to be 77 to 82 for your ideals. He's hiding today. We'll see. We'll get an upward shot of him for you. There we go. But anyways, and it takes these guys about 2 to 3 years to mature. That also kind of depends on what variant they are, because obviously if they're bred from some of those haps that take a little more time to mature, say maybe an eye biter or something like that, then obviously that time is going to be extended. So they're, you know, they eat a very varied diet. They don't need to be very vegetable based like a lot of mbunas are, so they're quite omnivorous. They're probably a little more prone to bloat than I would say your haps or something if you're very protein heavy. But, you know, these guys get a very good varied diet, as you well know. And if you haven't seen it before, I can throw up a video later on. Let me know in the comments below about what I do to feed these guys as well. So these guys can live about 15 years. Really kind of just depends on what they are crossbred with. Again, there is such a huge variant for Obies. I mean, the sky's the limit, honestly. I can't even count how many variants there are. There's probably at least 50 variants, if not more, probably over 100, to be honest with you. It's kind of hard to find facts on that, guys. But there are a lot of variants of Obies, so they come in all shapes, sizes, colors. It just depends on who they're crossbred with. Just like most African cichlids, you don't want to put these guys in a community tank. Very good species tank mates for them. I'm sorry guys, I'm having a moment here. Good tank mates for them are going to be other haps and peacocks. They do well with mbunas too. Depends on what size the mbunas are. If you have a very large Obie with some mbunas, you might encounter some problems. You might not. Kind of works till it doesn't in that regard sometimes. But, you know, as most of you guys already know, or if you can see from joining us for the first time, he's in with a bunch of different haps and a couple other peacocks. And they kind of keep him in check for the most place. But, you know, just like all Obies can be, he kind of gets a little wild side every now and again. And, you know, he's a little bit of a chaser, but not really a nipper, not really a biter. As you can see, he's got this great nuchal hump that's coming in here. It's also known as a cock. That's spelled K-O-K, for those of you that weren't quite sure. But, you know, that is just about it for this featurette on our Obie Peacock cichlid. Let me know, guys, because I was thinking about maybe turning the cube into a whole bunch of different Obies, all different variants. But maybe that would be further down the road too, because I'm really kind of leaning towards a South American tank for that. So also shout out to Tyler Plant for suggesting Sir Richard here to be our next fish featurette, as he is today. And if you'd like to see a fish featurette of one that I haven't done yet, let me know below. Maybe, you know, perhaps let's pick a fish that, if you've been following along, that you know does not have a name yet. And maybe we can do a featurette and then another naming poll for whatever fish that may end up being. As you can see, our other fish that we've done featurettes on so far, they're doing very well. Our VC10V right here, really fired up today, really colored up. Brody, our Taiwan reef cichlid, looking as effervescent as usual. Very beautiful fish. Love that guy. And then we also did a featurette on Dolph Lundy here, or Dolph Lundgren, our big blue dolphin. I believe he's still the tank boss right now, currently. So, I mean, the sky's the limit, though, guys. I mean, whatever you guys would like to see, suggest it down below. Fish featurettes, you know. I was kind of thinking, just my suggestion, our tetrastigma here really starting to pop up. You can see he's almost got his full blues and greens with his hints of yellows and golds. And he's starting to get some of his red breast coming in as well. So I was thinking maybe on him. But if you had a different idea, let me know in the comments below, guys. I am open to suggestion as always. So guys, thank you very much. This was a check-in after a 4.5-day trip to New York City. I survived. The fish survived. My voice is coming back, as some of you may have noticed. But we're going to keep doing this thing. And guess what, guys? I'm going to be home this weekend, actually. So I'm going to do a live Sunday swim this week, and that will be back for this week. So keep an eye out for that, guys. And I will catch you guys in the next video. Thank you for all the love and support, and continue to show it. Thank you, guys. Have a great day.